Hey y'all, welcome to Is This Okay, where we talk about things that people are talking about. I'm Nyla.
Ooh, I'm Becky.
I'm Deja.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Morgan.
So today we'll be discussing Colin Kaepernick's recent protests for every NFL game due to, racial injustice, everything that's happening in the world where blacks are being killed by police. And it's gaining nationwide attention. Other people have been doing it, other NFL stars. I think there are a few soccer players. And now it's kind of branching out towards like high schools and, so it's getting a lot of attention.
We live in a country where there's freedom of expression. And I don't even think this is a debate to be had. Like, if you don't believe in what your government's doing, protest. Why are people up in arms about it? I mean, do we know why people are so up in arms?
A lot of it comes out of like disrespect for
America.
Yeah, the military.
9/11 and stuff like that. But at the same time, when you think about the conversation on protests, it's like, well, they always riot and they steal and they loot and they do whatever. So it's like now, I think what's frustrating about this is that you have an example of someone who's peacefully protesting, like all he's doing is kneeling or sitting, and yet, people want to burn his jersey, they want to send him death threats.
I don't think he deserves death threats, and I don't think he deserves to be attacked. But I also do think that the people, not all people, but some of the people who are upset by his actions can't be completely disregarded, because I found myself very torn, because I realized in that moment, I was like, part of me wants to be like, I'm always preaching about you should be able to like protest peacefully as long as it's peaceful, blah, blah, blah. But then we did this, it was like, it also is a huge symbol, and so I can't completely disregard people who find it offensive. So I was more like in the middle.
I do feel like it's a matter of people disagreeing with him. I don't think they bother looking at like the nuance and like the actual reasons behind why he is doing what he's doing.
I was in New York City in Lower Manhattan on 9/11. There were people a lot closer than me, but I was pretty damn in it for 9/11. And it was a fucking horrible day. And I absolutely, I'm grateful to the military. I have family members that are in the military. They fight for our country. That's amazing. They're selfless. I think that being proud of our country and feeling the patriotism of unity as a country is not mutually exclusive from saying there's something wrong here and we need to do something about it. And someone like Colin Kaepernick is in a position to take a knee and start a national conversation.
He took a stand and didn't tell anybody because he didn't want to be stopped. And I think that's important, especially as a Black American. When we fight for our rights, we should never have to ask permission to corporate organizations who are majority white men saying hey, is this okay? I'm fighting for my right as a Black American because something is wrong, and I have that right as an American to do so.
But I think it's important to note that when he decided instead of sitting he was going to take a knee, it was because he went and had a conversation with a military elder.
Exactly.
Who said that he agreed, there's a problem in this country we need to fix, but here's something that we can do that's in between.
When you think about it, all it was this guy who was against something that's obviously a problem, and all he was doing was just not standing or putting his hand over his heart for the national anthem. But the fact that it went from he's an asshole to I want him to die, and people being good for him to he is a god, I think just shows how much the country's upset right now.
Yeah.
Because everyone just used that as this symbolic.
Yeah.
He
It's this
diffused.
flagpole of
Yeah.
patriotism.
I mean, he even said, he was it's interesting to see how patriotism is kind of the cover for racism.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And that's true. And
Yeah, totally.
A valid point is that, and this brings up a whole other conversation, but the national anthem is racist. But I mean, you can easily look it up.
Yeah.
You can just be national anthem, is it racist or not? And it will be yeah, it is. Blatantly.
No, we don't sing that part
sing
anymore.
and that's why a lot of people don't know that it's racist. It's because we don't sing that.
With all that said, though, because the country's never going to be perfect, then are you just never really allowed to be patriotic? I actually don't even know the answer. I'm actually asking them just wondering what you guys think.
I don't know. I think I always think back to early American history, and you think about how this country was built on the fact that people threw tea in the water and they said F this, I'm not going to do this. And so it's when I think about that and how that's how our country started, and then I think about Kaepernick taking a knee, it's are you serious?
Yeah.
Totally.
I almost now feel it feels weird then to ever stand for the national anthem unless the country's like perfect. Because I feel like every time if you ever do stand for it, are you ignoring?
Right? Are you? Yeah.
Because if it's not, police brutality, it's rape. It's like I don't know. There's tons of things. It's economic and like justice. It's there's all this other stuff. And so like at what point should we never be doing that? Is that always disgraceful?
I mean, I think like as a society, we have like an internal national gauge that seems to go, how systemic is this problem?
I think another big problem too, though, is that like we don't like to revisit things. We don't really like to change things, and so it's like you want to say, why don't you follow the law? And like if you just follow the law, like you wouldn't get shot. But it's like this law
who was the law written by?
Written with me in mind. This law didn't see me as a person to begin with. So it never really had me in its like center. So it's like that's kind of the problem, and it's like I agree that like we need some kind of order, like that's kind of how society works, but at the same time like why can't we revisit these things? Like why can't we have conversations?
All right, so I think that is the end of today's episode. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below, and we'll see you guys next week.